The problem with this showroom is it is tight, exceptionally tight, and when it gets busy, it gets very busy. This week's been chaotic, to say the least. However, we're always trying to squeeze cars in here, trying to find a place. Now, at the front of the showroom, we've got a square where new cars come in. This one's just been serviced, it's sold, and if there's any drips, it's going to drip on the paint, not the carpet, and if it breaks down, there's any issues, it's easy to get to. However, what we weren't expecting was to have a Tesla breakdown in here, which is exactly what happened this week. So nightmare number one after our lovely road trip tour is this Tesla. This decided it's going to die in the middle of the showroom. We knew it was on low battery, but we didn't realise it was that low. And it's literally, that can't get into it. Totally dead. So how are we getting into this pile of death?
Well, a lot of the models have a towing eye cover, which is easy. Not this one, of course.
Of course not. No, that would be ridiculous. Obviously, it's right in the middle of the showroom. We've got a guy who's wanting to pick up an RS5 in the next day or two, and we need to take it somewhere and get some bits done on it, and we can't even get it out the showroom. Because this lump of stupid Elon Musk is dead. And it comes as no surprise that it has died, because whenever you walk past this thing, it just springs to life and everything turns on.
You don't even need to walk past it.
No.
Within about 50 feet.
Yeah, exactly. It just goes, I'm going to come to life. Could fart in your office and it'll decide to turn on.
What's that pulling? Doesn't seem to be doing a thing.
There we go. You heard that?
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Now. Right,
glorious.
getting somewhere. That's fuse box. So, oh, it might be that side.
Well, we're back with another do-it-yourself video.
It's taking the whole thing out. It is under there. Oh.
About 17, 18 bolts.
We just had 9 days in the most wonderful places in the world. I didn't think about work at all. And the moment you walk in the door,
Just this. Right. Okay. Positive on first.
which is positive.
Yeah.
I always get these confused.
How can you?
I just don't, positive is red.
Yep.
She's alive.
She's alive. Right, is it going to let us in? Yes. Now there is a manual charge port release somewhere. We're in.
We're in. Ooh, that's about 5 meters, isn't it?
For us it won't be. We'll be 2 inches shy.
Such is life, eh, Tim?
We need that cable then, don't we?
Unless we know anyone who has one to borrow, would be in a much better situation.
Hello.
Hey, Pops, you all right?
Fine, thank you. Are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just got a really quick question / favour.
Yes.
Have you got a charging cable for a car? So like a 3-pin plug-in charging cable?
For the Lexus?
For anything. Because you had one with the Volvo, didn't you remember when we went to Norfolk and I unplugged it to be a git?
I didn't know you did that. Anyway,
Could I borrow it and give it a try, please?
yeah, yes you can, yes, but you'll have to get here very quickly.
Not a
This
problem.
morning.
Yeah, on my way.
All right, let's
All right, mate. Cheers. See you in a bit. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll be back momentarily. Sorted.
Good. Oh, we just might be in luck here.
Battery life charge level 2 low. Charge now. Charge port latch not engaged. Fully insert charge cable or check for obstruction. Is that charging? Is my Tesla charging? Well, it says charging there, but then it says not charging below it. So I can open the app. So it is apparently charging. 24 plus hours remaining to charge limit. So it's over 24 hours to get it to 50%. Is this a 10 amp?
I ain't got a clue.
Tell you what, why don't we brew up again? To the office, back on the Tesla. We're now an hour in and it's still at 0%, so my spidey senses are tingling that something isn't right with this bloody car. That isn't right. Not fully secured, please adjust the connection to improve the charge. There's something not right with this charger, Tim. Really? Well, it's giving me 0 and it's saying the cable isn't fully secured. Please adjust it. So I keep doing it and it's just not. We've not even got 1% on it in an hour.
Yeah, it says charging.
Yeah.
What? So it's giving you two
says charging
conflicting
on, yeah.
messages, basically.
Charging on here, but that apparently isn't good. It means it's not got a good connection. Do you want me to I have to unlock it?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll unlock it again. You are welcome to insert it as you wish, sir. It's going to close the flap now because it's a stupid head.
You can hear it click in.
It's perfect. So now it's saying starting to charge, and then it tells me 22 hours and 30 minutes remaining to charge it, and then 23 hours, and then, 24 hours plus. So let's just take a little break from the madness of the Tesla and talk about some of the good stuff that's happened this week, because there's been plenty of it. We had a Porsche 911, this one, which we have sold to a subscriber called Andy. Thank you, mate. And this is his part exchange, a nicer customer you could not have wished for. I feel like I've overpaid for your part exchange, mate. However, stranger things have happened. I'm going to be doing a proper review on this car because it is a full-fat Alfa Romeo, and randomly we were on tour in Spain and France recently, you might know already, and this car was on tour, and I think one of the best cars on tour, so to have one in stock, beautiful. So we're going to do a review on that. We've also sold a few other ones. We have sold a BMW 440i, this one here, finished in Laguna Seca Blue. The guy rung and said, do you do evening appointments? Which I hate, but you do it if you have to do it. You're here to sell cars at the end of the day. I said, yeah, we do, but as long as it's not too late. He said, yeah, it'll be about 5:30, which is fine. And then he said, the car is ready to go, isn't it? So that car's sold, lovely deal, and a really nice bloke as well. We've also bought this Jaguar F-Type. It's been busy, V6, non-S, but it is going to be, I think, ridiculous value for money is that car. Low mileage. The guy we bought it off hadn't had it for long, but he'd had, unfortunately, a motorcycle accident, which means getting in and out of it was quite difficult. And I know that because I took him to go and pick up another car in that car and watched him struggle in and out. Anyway, beautiful car. That one you already know about. It's the Rolls-Royce van, essentially. This Fiat has caused me a bit of a headache this week because AA Cars have been out to inspect it, who we love, honestly, and failed it. It's been indeed condemned. However, we kind of thought it was going to do anyway because this car, for the last 3 MOTs, has been advised on the rear tyres on the inside edges. Now, AA Cars came around and inspected it, and we kind of expected it was going to fail on those tyres, but they also highlighted why it had failed, because it's failed on tyres and no locking wheel nut key. And I've got a sneaky feeling, which is my mistake by the way, and I've got a sneaky feeling that they have lost the locking wheel nut key and as a result have never been able to change the tyres. So I have to find a locking wheel nut key for that one now. Anyway, this is a beautiful Discovery. I'm not a big fan of buying Discos, and there's a story behind this car as well, because it's probably one of the weirdest deals I've done in a long time. But other cars that we've sold while we're talking, we've sold that Porsche Macan at the back. That's going out to Darren. Thank you, mate. That's a subscriber. He's going to be coming across next week, and he's got a really cool part exchange. We've also taken a deposit on that, which is the beautiful Audi A3. And also, this week, in fact today, if you're watching this on Saturday, this ends. So the BMW 330 Ci, which we managed to make the roof beautiful on, by the way. We've got a load of stick for that video. That is being raffled off and it ends today at 12 o'clock. If you're watching it before, you have got a chance to buy a ticket still. If you're watching it after 12, hard luck. But it's mental to think that a subscriber is going to have that on their drive within a week or so. It's lovely. Anyway, other exciting things that have happened is we've bought this. What's that noise? Tim's having a brew. Shock. This is an Infiniti, and I think there's a lot to be said about these cars. Tim is currently on with a polishing job at the moment, and then we're going to be doing a bit of an in-depth sort of tour on this because I think massive value for money. Video on that coming rather soon. Other things that are going well. Oh, I'm in a good mood. Is I've bought the best car I've bought in a long time, which is this. This is a complete shit box, and I'm really excited about it. So it came in part exchange against this car, which is an Audi A5 convertible. Do you remember that from the channel? That's now sold. This was his part exchange, which kind of makes sense when you look at it. However, it has done 140,000 miles. Service history is a mystery, and it is safe to say covered in marks and dents and stuff, but I'm excited about that because I think it's proper good value. Review incoming. Expect a lot of smoke. Other things to tell you. We have got a rather exciting Yaris GR in. Now this isn't standard, as you can probably tell already by the wheels, but it's got lots of different bits done to it. Ignore the registration plate. The guy that we've taken this in from is a guy called Dan, hi Dan, subscriber, who isn't a yob. He's a very mature gentleman. I suspect this car hasn't been brayed at all. Low mileage, one owner, excellent spec on it, and again, I'm going to be doing a review on that one. Now, speaking of AA cars, this has come back from tour now. There's a full video that is hopefully going to be landing, Alex, Saturday please, next Saturday. Full tour video of us driving through the Pyrenees in this car. Now, it was not without its problems. So we've got AA cars coming around to inspect this one as well, and I'm going to see whether or not they spot all the problems that I found with it, which will be a good test for them, because it has got several. Now, I alluded to the fact that we had a really weird deal this week. Really weird, and it's actually this Discovery. So this Disco 5 came in on part exchange. Now, I'm not normally a massive fan of green oval products. I tend to avoid them. I don't mind Jaguar stuff, but I'm not a fan of Land Rover stuff. However, it came in on a car that we'd had in for a little while, and you just do the deal to make it happen. Now, it isn't the 2-litre Ingenium engine, so hopefully it's not going to self-combust at any given moment, but they do have their issues, as a result of which the book price on these isn't great, book price being the trade price. Guy came in, guy called Ian, lovely bloke, follows the channel, thank you Ian for the business obviously, and he bought our car, and this was his part exchange, and when we came to do the negotiations, he just didn't. I gave him the trade price on the car, and he was like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. He didn't negotiate on the car that we were selling, I'm fine with that. And normally, when you're buying and selling cars, people at least try. It just felt like with Ian, he wasn't trying at all. Now, the following morning, I woke up and I started to feel a little bit conscious about this situation because, first of all, when I put this car into spec check to see whether or not it was going to retail well or whether or not we should try on it, and it's a massive spec, so we're going to do, there's actually quite a big disparity between trade and retail, which there is on Land Rover products anyway. However, when we bought it in, we did a vehicle score check on it. Everything was absolutely fine. It scored very highly out of 999. We did the free check, which you can use on the app, and then we did the paid for check, and everything was absolutely fine. We drove it absolutely fine. Everything was okay. So I just felt like maybe I'd nicked it. Now this is why it's probably going to go down as one of the weirdest deals I've done in a long time, because normally in business I tend to find that if you've done a deal, both parties should feel like they probably could have got a little bit more out of it. It's something my dad taught me years ago, and I think he's absolutely right. If you leave a business meeting and think, I could have got a bit more, he could have got a bit more, or she, that normally means you found the right spot. Whereas with this, I feel like Ian didn't negotiate. I got the car for what I'd offered him for. There was no friction whatsoever. So what I decided to do, bizarrely, and mainly because I really liked the bloke, was I rung him back to offer him more money for the car that I'd just bought. Not a huge amount, but I didn't feel easy with it. So I called him back. I said, Ian, it's going to sound weird, but I think that I probably underpriced your car slightly, so I'd like to send you a chunk of money back. And he said, I don't want it. Which worried me even more. I joke. He said he was happy with the deal and genuinely wants me to do well out of the car. So when the motor trade gods deliver, they really do deliver in this game. We bought a car at the right money. For once. So, other exciting stuff that's happened this week. I've got a friend called Theo. Now, Theo's got a garage in, I like to say, Wales, because it nearly is. It's Ross on Wye. It's called Bowen's Garage. He's got a YouTube channel here. Now, Theo was one of the first people I did a trade-to-trade type deal with. So, as you well know, I've got a trade-to-trade business as well as the car sales business. And basically, I had a maroon Yaris in, which I bought in my infancy in the motor trade, and I couldn't sell it. Whereas Theo's client base tends to be, should we say, the more mature owner. So, long story short, I traded in this car. I lost money on it, but I drove it down to me. It was sort of during COVID or just before COVID, whenever it was, doesn't matter. He has promised to come and see me ever since. 7 years since I've seen him. And this week he decided to turn up, and he turned up in something rather special, as you can see here.
It's a new bit of stock for cubic cars. Edit that bit out. Oh, could you pull the handle, please, sir?
Is it here? Is this it?
Yes.
Someone's rattle canned the dashboard.
Shut up! Let's play a game of...
There's one that says shut your cake hole, which is that what you say?
Up?
No, it's for children.
Needs rewiring.
Shut your mouth!
Awful. It's an auto!
I don't know how many... Aircon?
Oh my god.
But I don't put it on because it probably put it from 30 horsepower to 20 if I put that
To be
on.
fair, it probably works better than the R8 aircon. They've rattle canned everything.
Yeah, they haven't missed a spot. They've not
Even
missed
the
a spot.
seals.
Yeah, it's got a spare wheel as well.
I think if you got a flat tyre, you'd just scrap it, wouldn't you?
You know, if I crash on the way home, there's 0.0 chance of me coming out alive, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely, even at 20. That's the most awful thing I've ever seen. I really want it. Do you want to sell it?
No. I want to do some charitable work first.
It's unlike you, Theo.
I know. Lots of people have been waving. I'm not sure if it's a good thing like hello, oh that's cool, or are you part of the Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris,
got some
Prince Andrew
glasses for you.
Brigade?
The latter, I believe.
I'm probably the latter.
Yeah. Are they waving with a clenched fist?
Some lad with a Golf R. Of course it was a Golf R, it's around here, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Gold one.
Bradford.
He went, nice car, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
he knows a bit of class when he sees it. So there we go.
£500 in cash.
I thought as I was only 15 miles away.
Oh, mate, let's have a brew and a proper catch
And
up.
I've never been here.
Have you not? You've never been? What's your take on this, Mr. Cook?
Ooh,
Now that is up your street, mate.
infinity
Yes.
and beyond. Yeah.
Ask me the mileage.
What's the mileage, Rob?
Thanks for asking. 35,000.
Is it?
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
How many services has this had, Tim? Do we get through it all? Oh, so many.
I was just
Yeah,
saying to Rob, Tim, it
over-service.
seems that every single car in this showroom, mostly, is black. You must be putting your... Oh, no, no, you
Yeah.
already have.
He knows I love to wet sand black cars, you
Yeah.
see, so I keep buying them.
It is a lot of black.
You did buy a maroon Yaris off me.
Yeah.
About 6 years ago.
I talk about this, that was in your fledgling days,
It
wasn't it?
was very early days, yeah.
You turned up in your beaten up KN,
My beautiful KN.
beaten
Yes.
up KN,
Had a free delivery.
a trailer, which I think
Yeah.
had a different number plate on it to the car.
Yes.
And then
So, it's only Wales. Just down the road.
dropped off a Yaris. Still going, that car,
Is it?
in Ross, yeah.
Surprising. And you need me in the on it.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've continued to do so ever
Yes.
since.
Thank you.
But yeah, you've gone up and I've stayed the same, really.
Remained safe.
Yeah, remained
move.
safe. Yeah, still going greater.
Silver fox is the term.
Look at this. This is what the motor trade does to you.
Yeah. You just wait, Alex. It's coming your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till it falls out.
I'm not,
You'll know.
I'm not polishing any black cars.
Would you like a helicopter?
Yes, please.
Excellent, it's all yours. I'd sooner fly that to Wales than drive that.
It's probably safer. Why have you done that?
I got it for free.
Yeah.
Does that not answer every question you're about to fire at me?
Are you ever going to fly it?
It were free.
Are you ever going to fly it?
Free, don't want it. No. It's unflyable.
Merc diesel, isn't it?
It is? Okay, he knows his stuff.
No, have you seen the dealer? No, shout out to the dealer way pod boys.
Yes.
They do a competition now. Each
Do they?
week, each guest, they put 10 cars on, and you have to guess higher or lower as to the trade value.
Oh, I like that.
Who's top of the pile?
Go on then. Retail value, because we don't talk trade figures on the channel. Simple.
No.
We're talking profit.
35,000 miles, was it?
Yeah, 2 owners.
Yes.
Look inside of it.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
I like the wood.
Yeah, we think it's wood. And this model is a premium luxury.
So if I'm right in saying some of these bits are Mercedes, that looks quite Lexus-y bit in the middle.
I feel like it's got a Lexus vibe about it, isn't it?
That's Lexus
Yeah.
set up from the IS, I believe.
Heated and cooled seats. Leather seats.
Actual leather.
Yeah.
Sick.
It actually does feel like leather, to be fair. 360 cameras.
Very nice clock.
Beautiful clock.
Make sure you put the subtitles right on that bit.
Yep. Yes. With an L. Shall I write it down?
Nope.
I'll write it down.
12995.
Sold. You can have it trade 11.
What is it? Like?
11 grand retail.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of car for the
How
money.
much car is that?
Yeah.
That is a lot of car for the money.
Bit
Very
of
nice.
that.
That's a cheap car.
Isn't it? That's
Very.
value. I think that's where the market's headed. And then up top we've got, you've not been in the bar.
And this is the famous penny top
This is the
bar.
famous penny top bar.
Please.
I don't think we've got any beer.
I would absolutely love a tap water. Yeah. How's family?
Yeah, they're all right, thanks, mate. He's 1 now.
God, it's gone, isn't it?
I'll show you a video of my child.
Give me 5. Yeah.
He's 1. I'll say, isn't it?
Give me 5. Give me 5. Go on. Go on. Yeah.
He don't go hungry, does he?
Wow.
Fair play.
Oh, that was harsh.
No, it's not harsh.
His
In a good way.
first fat dig. It's genetics, mate. They're meant to have a bit of timber on them, aren't
Yeah.
they?
No, I'm saying it's a good thing. Don't automatically take it. Once you get to your age, then it's a different story.
I've put it back on.
No, you haven't.
I feel like I have.
You haven't.
Thanks, Sonny. That road trip was brutal for just eating, drinking.
So you headed France, Spain,
Andorra, all the Pyrenees.
Ooh.
Oh, it was amazing, mate. So I had a mate who brought his M5, which we shoved him in, and then Tim came.
I've never done anything nice as yet.
We have quite the chariot now.
I have quite the cherry.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to catch up properly,
Yeah.
and we'll let Alex go do his editing.
Yeah, he's got words to do.
Yeah, take your trousers off. What? Are you pleased with yourself?
Big, that, isn't it? Hey, I think we've got it. Yeah.
Oh, do you not like spiders? Fantastic news. Where does he want to be?
Well,
He doesn't want to be outside, does he?
apparently it's a male house spider.
See, I prefer drum and bass myself.
Yeah.
Why do we get nothing done? Oh, so you're really not bothered by them. I just don't like how fast they move. Unlike you, Tim, that moves very slowly. Right, where were we? So, lovely to see Theo as always. Now, you're probably wondering exactly what happened with the Tesla, and as you can see, it's not here. However, this is how that situation ended. And I did vow to myself I was never going to buy a Tesla again, and I'm pretty certain I'm just not an electric car guy. I think that's what it boils down to. I get it. I think that they work for certain people in certain situations, and they're incredible. We drove that one to get an aircon regas because it needed doing, because I picked it up, cheers. And it felt incredible to drive. It was straight on the power, didn't have to warm it up, everything right, but it's just, they're just not very sexy, are they? Anyway, we did manage to get it out, as you can see in this clip here.
Just put your foot on the brake and see if it'll engage gear.
Right. What we're saying then?
Pull the thing out, park it there. We'll just leave the doors open a touch and just leave it plugged in.
That's to open the charging flap, basically.
I take it home and use it as a baby bath.
I know.
Have my Ralph in a Tesla part. No chance. Dad, I've run someone over and they've died. Fine. Fine.
Yeah. I bought an EV to get out of my house.
Dead to me. So another rather weird series of events in the car dealership as usual. It's been really good, which is polar opposite to what happened last month. So I'm feeling rather positive and full of energy. Enough energy to get that thing out. So that Subaru I've had for 14 years. It has cost me a small fortune. I could be living in a much nicer house. I could have changed the direction of my life massively had I have not done that with that car. However, we're going to be getting that taxed, insured and sorted out next week and try to work out exactly what I'm going to do with it. Today, Alex and I are heading off to Sheffield to buy a Lotus Emira from a subscriber with really low mileage, and they're selling it for some reason. So I have to work that one out. And I'll see you next week. Cheers.